Food.
I can't believe you don't like fizzy water.
I can't stand fizzy water, it's offensive. Do you want to know why? Because I drink water to quench my thirst, and what fizzy water does is it removes the thirst quenching capability.
No, it doesn't.
It totally does.
The bubbles can still quench your thirst.
No, don't believe it.
Just going to have some fizzy water.
You know, I would put that's room 101 for me.
Really?
Genuinely room 101.
Oh, it's like drinking dust. Oh, this doesn't quench my thirst at all.
Yeah, it's honestly just. You might as well have sawdust just floating around in the top. Oh, do you like a Jacob's cream cracker liberally sprinkled?
Lovely bottle of Jacob's cream crackers crushed into sand.
Actually,
There,
why
I got
don't
you a non-sparkling water.
thank you.
Because of you.
Why don't Jacobs? They're missing a
Hanging out
trick
with
here.
Mariah Carey. Why don't Jacobs?
Jacobs.
I've also got smoothies, but I've had them carbonated. Sorry.
You
There was a
actually-
soda stream in the
Soda
shop.
stream,
So
imagine.
we've got a soda stream at home.
Have you?
Because I like fizzy water.
Oh,
But it's bad to keep buying bottles of fizzy water because then the bottles go in the sea and a whale dies. So we bought a soda stream just to reuse the same bottle. I haven't bought any of the syrups though because it's not the 80s.
do you remember we started talking about Brian May matches? And which I still think he's missing a trick on.
He's not been in touch since we alerted him to this promotional opportunity, which to me confirms that the man is
It's a
a
no-brainer.
buffoon.
It's an absolute no-brainer. But my daughter, she likes Queen. And when
Really?
Yeah, she does really like Queen.
Wow.
And I'm not massive into Queen, but I do like Queen. And when I was saying, "Oh, listen to this guitar solo, it's good," she said, "What's the name of the guitarist?" I said his name is Brian, and she couldn't stop laughing, but B, I've since introduced her to some Iron Maiden just because I thought it was interesting,
Yeah.
and she made up a name for a band, a really good tribute band. She said Brian Maiden, and I don't know if that's ever been said before, but I thought actually Brian Maiden would be a really, really
There must be, surely, somewhere in the world, there's a man called Brian Maiden, and his life is a living hell. Or he embraces it and goes around dressed like Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah. Can he play with madness? I ask.
I met Bruce Dickinson once.
Huh. You're right.
He was a nice man. But we ended up, and it was in the offices of a record company as well, in the 90s.
Oh.
And I was doing some work experience. And he was a very nice man. But we ended up talking about his kitchen extension, and I sort of started thinking, this isn't very rock and roll.
Did you really?
Yeah. I was in a group of people, and
What the fuck are you
he
thinking?
was because he was like, he'd got some Cotswold cottage, and it was like, oh, it's in a preservation area, so I've got to use correct Cotswold stone to extend my kitchen. It's all turning into a bit of a faff. Didn't throw a telly out of the window. Didn't go. Blah!
They're quite civilised dudes. I met the drummer recently at Geneva Motor Show.
Oh yeah.
Nico McBrain. Interesting name.
Is that his real name?
Well, I didn't ask.
I mean, I sort of hope it is. Because then his entire life was leading towards becoming the drummer in Iron Maiden. It's like literally his careers advisor at school go, well now, I know you've put down actuary and loss adjuster, but I'm afraid that's not going to happen for you, Nico McBrain. You're going to be a metal drummer, ideally in Iron Maiden. Brian Maiden? What, the art teacher? No, Iron Maiden. They don't exist yet, but trust me, they will.
Influenced by his name.
Maybe that's where it came from.
Is it a tribute band that both does Queen hits and Iron Maiden hits, and they've just gone, there's a fusion here to be had? There's money to be had.
Well, wouldn't they? What if they did the technically quite incompatible hits of Iron Maiden and the work of Bryan Adams? And they could swap styles, so they could do everything I do it for you, but in the style of Iron Maiden, which might make it less insufferable. And then they could do Can I Play With Madness in a sort of husky Canadian.
No, you could do a ballad. Could you do a Can I Play With Madness sort of Bryan Adams ballad? Might be good.
Oh, you could.
Before you delve into your 13 packets of crisps,
Don't know how to be. Oh yeah. Okay.
I
so-
thought it was just one bag of crisps, just full of crisps.
No.
How to get killed?
A cylinder of crisps. Would you like some crisps?
Yes, please. Thank you. I'm so hungover, Rich. I'm really hungover today, and it's a very, very arid day.
Oh man, it's too hot. So before you arrived, I was standing over there with a couple of mates of ours having a chat. And
Yeah.
the chat went on just a little bit too long in this bright sunshine, and I was thinking, at what point do I admit defeat and go, guys, can we go and stand in the shade, please? And I noticed one of the blokes I was talking to, he'd started to break through. He's got
What?
a little sweat patch on his t-shirt.
Oh.
And I was like, well, we're all suffering here. Someone's going to have to say it.
It's the first sunny day of the year.
I know, and as a consequence, the British go bananas and go, oh, I better just go and stand outside having rubbed some Mazzola on my face. And it's deranged. Is there anything less cool than sunburn?
Throwing litter out of a car.
Different kind of uncool. That's
Fly-
like kind of,
Immoral.
yeah, throwing
Fly
litter is
tipping.
like, hey, be cool. Whereas sunburn, as it's not a
cool.
good look. No one looks good with sunburn.
No,
And yet it happens to us all.
well, you look ill-educated, don't you? You know.
Yeah. You look ill-educated / irresponsible with your own skin.
I was at I spent Easter in a caravan in a rainstorm in Norfolk. It wasn't enjoyable.
Don't take this personally, although in a way it is. When I got your texts of misery from the caravan in rain-lashed Norfolk, I laughed for about 5 minutes straight. Only because you were painting pictures with words.
Well-
And the picture was a fucking miserable one.
Oh.
Sorry. I'd love to stop laughing at your miserable holiday, but
Yeah, what did you do this Easter? I tell you what I did. I left my warm, comfortable house, sat in traffic all the way to Norfolk, of which there isn't a main road to get there. Once in Norfolk, it drummed with rain relentlessly. My kids wanted to go and play in the fun pool, which wasn't fun. And then I got kept up all night by a heavy drinking couple's dog. It's not cool. Not Easter for me. It does have a good shower though.
what, the caravan?
Better than our house. Yes, good spec.
I feel like there might be more of a reflection on your house than on the caravan
Oh,
somehow.
my house is rubbish.
Oh.
Yeah. The
Is it
bathroom.
because it's very flat where you live?
No, it's because we the house the bathroom was done up in the 80s and no one's done anything with it since. And we're going to knock the bathroom down in about 3 months. It looks like
What?
a really bad villa.
What happened in the 80s? Because my parents' house had a shower from the 80s and the water pressure was rubbish. And then finally, belatedly, in the 90s, my parents had a newer shower put in. Not a power shower, just a better shower and some plumbing done. And the water pressure was much better. I think showers were new in the 80s and everyone went, well, this is good enough. They didn't realise that now, of course, everyone wants, to...
There's no. I remember living at home. When I went through puberty, I couldn't actually wash soap out of my legs and my chest because there wasn't sufficient water power to blast it out of the growing forest on my pubescent body. This is all true. I'm not making this shit up.
So you don't realise it, but everyone in the 80s had really sort of claggy hair because there was still loads of timotei in it.
Claggy. That's a great word. A really good word. I like that word. Do you know, driving here this morning, feeling a little bit hungover, I saw a really fat guy vomiting in a lay-by. Yeah. But what was great was he had one arm on a tree.
Oh,
So he'd done the whole lean out on the tree, real bubbling. But it reminded me of the unwritten rule that all gentlemen must abide by.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in a urinal in the gents, you must never put your hand on the wall while you're wazzing.
But some do.
I know.
It's weird, isn't it?
You shouldn't do it.
Don't speak. Don't put your hand on the wall.
Oh.
But I think now, try this for size. The kind of bloke who puts his hand on the wall is also the kind of man who starts urinating and then goes, "Ah!" as if great release is occurring.
Also farts, multiple times. You know that red meat fart, as my brother calls it? A heavy red meat fart is the worst.
Yes. Boo! Oh my god! Where did that come from?
That's what the bloke at the urinal does.